Okay, so this is the 25th issue of G.I. Joe. Got a Lady J versus Baroness cover. I would have liked the wraparound cover. I think that was really, really nice. But when I ordered these, they didn't have the cover image, so I just had to guess. I think I did, actually might have had this one. I don't think I had the coverage for all of them, and that was it. And I didn't order the one that wasn't the right one. Anyway, this is nice enough. I thought that'd be fine. So we start off with the Night Force guys basically destroying these machines here. Unless I'm very much mistaken, these look similar to the robots that Action Force had. I remember them having this kind of clamshell, kind of giant red robot thing. Whether or not they are the same when they got transferred over, or G.I. Joe just had something similar in America, I don't know. But basically, they're kicking the crap at these droids. It turns out these are Mars technology stuff that Destro left behind, that they've rigged up to be kind of robot drones effectively, so they can just basically practice. On all threat, this thing, they're basically just saying, yeah, Duke's team are terrible. They can't even do this. They can't even do that. If we were to fight Duke's team, we'd definitely win. And you go, okay, you're a bit arrogant. That's not good. Right? Then we get a weird kind of montage of what's been happening over the last couple of issues. Which I'm not quite sure why. It doesn't go. It kind of goes back, but not all the way back. So it's like, well, I know it's the 25th issue, so maybe there is a nice time to kind of round it up. But you're only going back a couple of issues, not only going back to issue 1. And then we see the end of it where Zartan kills that guy. And that's exactly where we kind of open up. So it turns out that his skin's started going a bit dodgy. He whips this knife at the Baroness, and she manages to dodge it. And she actually, caused some damage to him or whatever. And it's like, okay, what's going to go on there? And he basically says, "Oh, Zartan, Baroness has killed this guy in custody. She's gone rogue. She's been working for Cobra all this time." And it's like, okay, that's pretty clever. And I generally thought, okay, this is it. This is going to be the turning point. This is where Baroness joins Cobra for real. And I didn't want it to happen because I really like Baroness as a G.I. Joe. But while he does that, he's got this little medicine thing, and he manages to heal himself back up as well, and whatever. And she's going out of there, and she, instead of just completely turning on them and just basically kicking her way through everybody, she actually does try and get some sensible answers out of them. But do you realise this is a there's something there's something bad going on. You need to go and investigate this. Then we get this really weird panel where you read that way around, and I started from the bottom. Started from the top, sorry. But you're supposed to start from the bottom because it says, "Oh look, she's going up there," and it's like, right, you're kind of supposed to read that way around. And it's like, okay, that's fine. It does make sense, but basically, it just shows her ascent out of the pit. Quite a nice idea. Something that gives you an idea that you actually started there would be nice. I know it is on that page, so it kind of makes some kind of sense, and that's probably why they did that way around. But yeah. So she's away, and she disappears. Meanwhile, Cobra Commander is testing out the dire equipment, which is really, really good. And the old lass, which I can't remember her name, from the Cobra Royal Guard thingy, she has now been upgraded to be Major Medusa, which is like, okay. And then we get to see that Zartan has now tries to tell them to take down Baroness, and so, you need to kill Baroness on sight. And he said, "Well, not I'm going to kill Baroness on sight. She's she's due a process. We're not just going to kill her." So because they refuse to do it, that's where when the Baroness goes off to go into a yacht and whatever, she goes and gets attacked by Night Force. And even then, what's her name? Lady Jane, is like, "Oh yeah, we can't just kill her. This is crazy. She needs to be taken in and interrogated." And it's like, right, if you take me in to be interrogated, all that'll happen is we'll go on a helicopter, that'll blow her up, and everybody will die because you know about it now because I've told you. So they kind of go, okay, well, we need to sort this out then. And then obviously Duke shows up and kind of throws a bit of span into it because they might have been talked around. But now he takes her. Well, basically he doesn't take her away. He lets her off, and she disappears with Hound. Meanwhile, they shoot down this little thing, and this is the GI bat. So they've actually managed to back build a bat from the broken ones at the Destro Space, which is pretty cool. So yeah, all in all, decent. I quite like the setup. I think the idea they've managed to kind of manipulate these two groups, so there is a good reason for fighting each other, rather than just like, oh, they've gone right again. The idea they've all gone rogue or something. So that's always been, it's kind of like the common trope of lots of movies where by the third movie they all go rogue for some reason, even though they did it in Star Trek, they did it in lots of cop things. There's all kinds. Oh no, they've turned bad. This one's like, oh, she's turned bad, but there actually has a good reason for it, rather than just saying, oh, she's turned bad. It's like, oh no, there's actually a dead guy here, and I am in charge, and I said she did it. That's a fairly good starting point for this kind of story. So yeah, all in all, pretty decent. And I'm definitely interested to see where this goes. So yeah, but I think that's pretty much all I can say about this one so far. So a nice kind of, not necessarily a reboot, but definitely a nice little starting point if you haven't really enjoyed Joe issue 25. Very, very good. So there you go. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.